and welcome to Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk, brought to you by Detroit Lions on the Prowl and Lions Nation Unite. It's your man, Curt Steele. Today is Wednesday, Hump Day, baby. September 14th, 2022. On deck for today's show, man, is week 2 versus the Commander, a must-win for the Lions. Coach Mike asked that question. I look at, can Jeff Okudah play well again versus the Commanders? And my man LL breaks down how the Lions restructure Michael Brocker's contract. Man, give me some of that money back. But anyway, man, he frees up $2 million worth of cap space for the Lions. But before we get into all that, man, I got to bring in the rest of the crew. First up, man, he is El Guapo from Yak Town, man. Y'all see who it is. Big old Huggy himself, my man, LL Cool. What's going on, my dude?
What's that, Prowl Nation, and good morning.
And down there, sniffling down at the bottom of the screen, y'all know who it is, man. Dealing with some allergies this morning, man. Need to get that dude some Benadryl. It's my man, Coach Pride of Jackson, Michigan. It is who?
Y'all see it right here. It's the Wolverine, Coach Mike Jones. What's going on, Lion fans?
Let's get this thing started
right now.
Let go.
It's Detroit Lions Talk, baby.
Welcome to Detroit. Welcome back to the show, people, man. Woo, this is a tough question. It's a tough question. Because people asked about the first game, and I was like, nah. But the second game, man, Coach Jones talked to the people about what you're talking about today. Is this a must-win for the Lions?
Is it? And to me, personally, this is a must-win. And I know people are like, already week 2, it's a must-win because I'm tired of the excuses. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't suffer through years and years and years of excuses. And every week is a must-win. Every week. You don't pick and choose which weeks is a must-win. Every single week is a must-win. And it's a must-win for the team morale. You know, I know there's a lot of guys who are positive of what's going on in the locker room, but when you go down 0-2, how many teams historically in NFL come back from 0-2 to do something tremendous in the season? Not that many. You can probably name on your hand every year the teams that come back from being 0-2 probably in the last 10 years. And honestly, when the 0-2 teams just do not perform well down the stretch of the season. If you watch historically, they just don't. And that's one problem the Lions have always faced is they always start off good and then they end kind of, on the downslide. But when you start off 0-2, now you're looking at 0-3 in the face, and then you think about the games that you got down the road. It leaves a bad taste in your mouth. It leaves a bad aura around the team. And I know it's not necessarily a must-win. If you really break it down, it's not, because you got a 17-game season. But when you go against the Commanders and you consider them one of the weaker teams in your schedule, and you don't handle business against one of the weaker teams in your schedule, kind of in the same boat as Lions of the past. And I know people trying to, erase that narrative and stuff like that, but, those excuses start to come up, man, and things start to, they start to be like how they used to be, man. And it's time for us to change that narrative. And it's time for the players to help the fans out. Like, we defending y'all. You know what I mean? We defending y'all. We defend y'all against all the non-Lion fans out there who say, oh, y'all the same old Lions. Y'all this, y'all that. Y'all ain't going to win. Y'all going to help us out. Help us to help you. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, man, can y'all weigh on this for a minute, man? I know it's not a must win, but it's a must win, man.
Well, I feel you on that one, man. Here's a stat that I read yesterday on ESPN. The Lions have been underdogs in 24 straight games. And Sunday, it is the first time that they have been betting favorites for a long, long time against Washington. Unlike last week, I think that this is the tone setter. I think last week was the one where I wanted them to compete, but this is the game I want them to set the tone. Be a team you're supposed to beat and do it by a good margin. Now, this is the game that can put the Lions on the right track for the rest of the season. It won't eliminate them from the playoffs or anything like that, but winning will be good because you're heading into Minnesota and you look how those guys are playing right now. You need to be having something positive going into Minnesota on week 3. But just that, I'm just saying, like, this is the tone setter for me. Go in and be the team you're supposed to be, and we look at the schedule like for us like that. I know LL, we were talking off camera yesterday, talking about the guy was over on ESPN was talking about you should play Carson Wentz because he's playing the Lions this week in fantasy football. You want to hear that crap about your own team. You want to be the team that's saying you should be playing this guy because you're facing this team. And you're looking at the Washington Commanders. No one scares me over in Washington. Nobody scares me.
One of them do.
Well, Scary Terry is, what I'm saying. Scary Terry he can ball out. But you look at the rest of those guys, that team does not scare me over there in DC. So we're supposed to beat them. Let's go in and set the tone for the rest of the season and get a good quality win on Sunday in Ford Field. What you got, Ella?
You almost took all of the words right out of my mouth. I don't, because a lot of the 0-2 stats is based on playoff teams, like teams that would start off 0-2, don't do this and don't do that. So in a way, it's like, what is it a must win for? Like, is it a must win for our playoff chances? I don't have that high expectations, so I'm not on that train. But I'm on that train with everything else both of y'all just said. For every other reason, for the reason that Max Kellerman had a fantasy football expert on his team and said that you should pick up Carson Wentz this week because he's playing the Lions. Like Curt just said, for lack of a better term, Curt kept it clean. I'm not. Who the fuck is the Commanders? Who the fuck is y'all to say some shit like that about the Commanders? So I want us to go out there. We should be kicking big time ass. A lot of things, and at least in my opinion, match up in our favor. That some of the same things. I don't think we're going to see some of the same things we saw last week. So, I feel like this is a must win. What both of y'all pretty much said, just for the culture, man. Like, I don't want to lose. That's why it's a must win. It's a must win because I don't want to lose this game, and because this is a team we should beat. So it's a must win because we can beat these dudes. So let's go out there, let's beat them, and we ain't got to talk about must win no more because we're gonna beat no more.
You look at this; they're coming in just as injured or even more injured with key players than we are. You know what I'm saying? You look at they don't have depth. They don't have the same type of depth that we have. We have our defensive line. We got some guys hurt, but we got depth on our defensive line. You look at what Brad Holmes did, building us some depth on the defensive line. And you're talking about, Carson Wentz threw for how many every yards. But you look at the secondary in Jacksonville, we have some quality guys. They got to play better, but we have some quality guys. They have a small group of receivers. They don't have the guys like A.J. Brown. We're going to be facing that guy type of guy. All of their receivers are 6 feet and under. You look at Curtis Samuel.
Fast.
Yeah, they're fast, but you have to put them guys on the ground. We got some big physical corners. You got to bump them off their routes. You got to smack them cats in the face and don't let them get off the line. You know what I'm saying? You got to put the wood on these cats at the line of scrimmage, man, so you don't get them in their routes. And while you're doing that, you get that NASCAR package in, man, and you get after Carson Wentz because he ain't fit to run nowhere anytime fast. You know what I'm saying? That dude, man, he clocked that dude with an egg timer. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and get after that cat, man. I'm not scared of the Washington Commanders. I think it's a must win. That's that's not my type of vernacular. I usually don't say something's a must win, but I think it's a tone setter. And I think this is a must win to get us set up right for the rest of our schedule. So with all that, go ahead, Coach Mike.
I think the key. And I know y'all gonna like, really? The key is gonna be stopping J.D. McKissick. Stop that little scat back.
Yeah, the former Lion.
Stop him. Yeah. Stop him because he does all the little extra things that nobody really thinks about. And if we shut that down, I think we'll be good, man. I know you're like JD McKissic. Yeah,
The
and
the one
stop
thing
him.
the one thing the Commanders are good at are spreading the ball around. Like you look at the people who caught passes last week. They were like 7 different players caught passes, and 3 of those were receivers. You got 3 tight ends, and then McKissic out of the backfield. So they spread the ball around. So you're gonna have to have your head on the swivel to make sure you know who you can identify who's gonna get the ball. But you play some good tight coverage on these guys, especially the receivers. You're gonna make, you know what I'm saying, our linebackers are gonna have to do a good job in coverage this week because their tight ends, they use them a lot. You know what I'm saying? They use those guys a lot. So we're gonna have to play that sub package where we, have those big nickels or nickel backs in there and playing some good tight coverage against these guys because they spread it around. Yeah, they spread the ball around. So we got to be good in coverage. But I ain't scared of them. So with all that being said, man, hey, let's go ahead, man. For the family discussion topic for today. Do you think the week 2 game versus the Commander is a must-win for Detroit? Yeah, let us know in the comments down below, man. We love hearing from you guys right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Yo, home for Detroit Lions news and rumors, man. And while you're over there, man, while you got your finger on the keyboard or you got your finger next to the doggone or on your screen, go ahead, click the subscribe button if you haven't done so already, man. Go ahead and join us right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Be a part of the Prowl Nation family right here on the channel, man. Go ahead and join us, man. Go ahead and click the subscribe button. Like the content, man. Go ahead and share it with all your battle buddies, man. You know what I'm saying? That's an Army term. So share it with your pals, man. And, like my man Coach Jones say, have a watch party with your friends, man, on different laptops and mobile devices and laptops and tablets and all that good stuff like that. But with all that being said, man, hey, man, if you want to get yourself some Lions gear, some new gear that got released yesterday over on fanatics.com. It's from the Urban Outfitter staple. So go ahead and check it out over there at fanatics.com. Links in the description below, man. And a portion of the proceeds from that link go to help us grow the content on this channel, man. If you want to get yourself some Prowl Nation gear, like your boy Curt there rocking the Prowl Nation shirt today, go over to lionsontheprowlshop.com, man. And, check us out on DetroitLionsOnTheProwl.com. Got some good content over there. We're building it up over there on DetroitLionsOnTheProwl.com. Check us out on Lions Nation Unite. It's the ultimate virtual hangout for Detroit Lions fans. Man, they got some good content over there. You got Micro Mike over there. You got my man Dosa Dion. You got Everything King. You got Ras. All of your favorite. Oh, or even if you want to do your foreign thing, Roy the Lions UK is over there as well. So go ahead and check us out right over there on Lions Nation Unite. Your ultimate virtual hangout for Detroit Lions fans. And get yourself some LNU gear, man. I was rocking that LNU shirt yesterday. I got that thing right here. Man, get yourself some LNU gear at LNUshop.com. So let's go ahead and keep this content rolling for you, man. And I got a question, man. I got to ponder this thing. Can Jeff Okudah repeat his performance from week 1 against the Commanders? Now that's an interesting question, right? I know a lot of people have written Jeff Okudah off because, he's number 3 overall pick, but I got a kind of different take on Jeff Okudah today. So let's take a look at this thing. First of all, let's get into his numbers from last week because we're advocating repeat this, right? So first stat, he was the 16th rated 3rd-year corner. So basically the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd year as far as overall in week 1. With a 63.1 grade. That's not really impressive. 16th out of the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd year cornerbacks. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? Is it impressive? No. Is it middle of the road? Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Now here's where he really shined on Sunday. The dude had an 82.8 tackle grade from PFF with 9 tackles. That ranked first among all QBs in the league on Sunday. Okay, well, let's talk about the pass game. We talked about, how he got down, the tackle game. The dude allowed 32 yards on 4 catches. His long was only 11 yards, including a pass breakup. Devontae Smith, the wide receiver he covered for most of the game, didn't catch a pass, and he only had 4 targets.
Oh, man, nada.
What? Okay, now coming back from this Achilles injury for Hefe was kind of tough, man, mentally and physically. He put some quality folks around him doing his rehab, right? And I kind of did some background on, what he did in the offseason to kind of get himself back into shape. Now, he worked with defensive back specialist Oliver Davis, aka the DB Whisperer. Now he has a business called Sweet Feet Performance. He works with all these top defensive backs. He's worked with Jalen Ramsey, and he helped make AJ Terrell on in Atlanta an All-Pro last year. That's where Okudah spent his offseason, working with this guy down there. Well, I forget where he was working with him at his performance company, but he was working with, I think it was down in Florida, to get better by rehabbing. Now, this is what he did this year. His offseason, he took a holistic approach, right, to rehabbing his mind, his body, and his game at the same time. Think about that. Got his mentals correct. And while he was rehabbing his Achilles injury, he was working on his game to make sure his game was right when he came back into the fold, back into Detroit. That's why there really wasn't a big where he was not missing a whole bunch of time early in camp. So he was already ready to go because he made sure he worked hard this offseason to get back into shape. Now, let's talk about the matchup against the Commanders. We talked about this a little bit earlier. Commanders got a group of speedy, skilled players. Yeah. I mean, Carson Wentz spread that ball around. Okudah will probably match up on Curtis Samuel or Terry McLaurin on Sunday. I think it probably must be Curtis Samuel because you look at how we've been matching up. Amani Warrior usually takes number one guy, so he'll probably take Scary Terry, but hopefully they can switch off. Now, the deal with that is that I don't think Okudah is not scared of the speed guys because you look at who he matched up against last week. It was Devontae Smith. He's the fastest. I like AJ Brown, but he's not the fastest wide receiver on Philadelphia. No. It's AJ Brown. I mean, Devontae Smith, hands down. Devontae Smith is the fastest wide receiver over there in Philly, and that's where Jeff Okudah was all last week. So he could spend some time against another speedster in Jahan Dotson, who got drafted from Penn State last year. I know how fast that dude is, watching him play against Michigan in the last few years. So it's going to be interesting to see how Okudah and the crew can handle those group of smaller, quicker receivers from Washington. If he played like he did against the Eagles, with that indication, he will be up to the task. So I think he can replicate that. The problem is going to be can his battle buddies, his stablemates back there in the secondary, can they handle what their assignment is in the secondary and make sure they covering their guys? Because I think my man Okudah is one of those things. It's one game. What I say yesterday, is it week one or is it the first game of the week? First week of the season.
Just 1 week.
Just 1 week. Is it week one or just 1 week? So I think it's if he continues, it's a sign of things to come if he can stay healthy. So what do you guys think about? Do you think Okudah can replicate his performance last week versus the Eagles in Ford Field against the Commanders?
Yeah, I think Okudah is making his mark to be the number one corner and not Amani Warrior. And that's just going off him being the number 3 pick of the draft. Mm-hmm. I think we all expect him to be number 1. We don't expect you to be number 2 when you're number 3. You know what I'm saying? But I think Okudah I'm glad he worked with that guy in the offseason because one of the main things about you is your confidence. Mm-hmm. That's one thing that you have to play with in any position, but especially at corner. Being on an island, you have to have confidence in your ability, and I think that working with that guy helped Okudah's confidence, man. I think Okudah, before the season's over, is going to slide into that number 1 role, and the Warriors going to slide over to the number 2 role, which I think better suits both of them. I think they both will be better from Okudah taking that leap to the next level, man. But only time will tell. I think Okudah has to be physical with those receivers when you get guys who are quick and speedy. I don't think you should back off and play zone and allow them to get free releases. I think you be physical with them, bump them off their route, play 1-2 yards off the ball, man. And you might even mix in some press, but you can't let those guys get a free release. And Okudah being 6'1", you got to get your arms on them. And you just got to knock them off their route, man. You cannot let those guys get free releases.
Right. Okudah isn't necessarily my concern for this week. Is if they decide to let Will Harris see the field, we might see some big plays. But I think Okudah got a good chance, man. The only thing that really concerns me is Scary Terry. But that's everything we say. You can't really put hands on Terry, man. Terry is one of them. He's small. He's kind of physical with it. He can do whatever he wants to out there sometimes. But that's where the pass rush comes into play. I feel like we're gonna be able to hopefully keep their pass game under wraps. Like they ain't not a lot of big plays or no big plays or anything like that. But yeah, just to answer the question, I definitely believe that Okudah will or can and will play well against Washington on Sunday.
Yeah, for real, man. I think he has the ability to do that as well, man. Hey, man, go ahead and like the content, man. Watch the video. If you're watching the video, man, go ahead and like it. Comment on the video, man, and do something else for us, man. Hit the notification bell so you know when you're getting fresh content from us right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions News and Rumors, man. Go ahead and support my man, Coach Mike Jones. Getting yourself some Wolverine gear. If you are a Wolverine on Saturday and a Lion on Sunday, go ahead and click the link in the description. Get yourself some Wolverine gear. And while you're over there, man, go ahead and support the American Cancer Society of Michigan and get yourself some roll up gear brought to you by my man, Big Lion Man, the Lion super fan. If you don't know who he is, check out the billboards all over Detroit, man, because he's all over them things with the Lions billboards. So go ahead and check out my big my homie Big Lion Man from the Sag Nasty, man. He does a great job, and the proceeds from his sale of his shirts go to help the American Cancer Society of Michigan. So, all right, so man, what do I hear it? Do I see it? I see the fog breaking in the mountains, man. And I hear the chant, L, 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 L. Oh, man, sucking. Now it's time for my man, my mellow L Cool Tone to step to the mic and talk about that restructure of Michael Brockers' contract. What you got, LL?
Well, the headline is a bit misleading because y'all remember, I think it was Monday's show. I had said, Michael Brockers, at least in my opinion, I thought he wasn't going to be around too long. He had one of them Jamie Collins moments, and he was really chilling on that 4th and goal when Jalen Hurts scampered on in there. So I thought, when I seen his headline, I laughed out loud at work. I said, "Oh, he played so bad, they told him to give some money back." I was wrong, though. They didn't necessarily do that at all. It's almost the exact opposite. They restructured his contract. They gave him $2 million this year to free up some cap room. And they added they added a little bit more on to next year's for him for next year. But the article comes from Eric Schlitt over at PrideOfDetroit.com, and this was reported by Phil Yates over at ESPN. I'm just gonna read a little bit of this just so I can give all of the details about the cap rooms and everything like that. So the biggest catalyst driving the decision likely stems from the amount of cap space the Lions currently have allocated to injury reserve. At the time of the Decker restructure, the Lions had around $4 million tied up due to players on injury reserve. But since then, the Lions have reached injury settlements to help mitigate the amount. They also have placed Big V and Levi on injury reserve. As a result, the number is now bumped to $11.3 million. So that's what we have all tied up in our IR. Before this move, the Lions had around $4.4 million in total salary cap space, while more space would be gained as players return from IR, PUP, and NFI lists. None of these players are eligible to be back on the active rosters at least for the next 3 weeks. Therefore, the Lions must have felt this move was necessary in order to gain some relief over the next month or the next couple months or more of the season. Following Brockers' restructure, the Lions now have roughly $6.4 million in cap space. So there you have it. We need a little bit more cap space. I'm interested to see maybe this means we're going to make some kind of move. I don't think they just want to have some money on hand just in case. So I'm interested to see what this move, what the counteractive move is. What's coming after this. So the Lions cut Michael Brockers. I thought it was because it's chilling ass play out there, but it was not. It was to free up some cap space. What do you guys think?
Brockers need to donate some of that money of his 2020 salary back to the Lions because he's overpaid. I'm just gonna tell you. I don't know how the hell this dude is the captain of our team, man. Check this out. The dude played 28 snaps on Sunday, which is only 36% of the defensive plays. Look here, guy. All right, I'll send the Lions my routing number and account numbers. He can donate some of that money to me, man. I'll take it. Now, all jokes aside, man, for real though. Disney and Holmes, they make it a smart move. It's a smart move by them. Man, is going to make, if they release him, that dead space is not going to be dead. Cap money is not going to be as much for him next year. We decide to move on from that cat. I hope so. I think it's time for that dude to go, man. And it's not another personal against Michael Brockers. I just think that the team's going in a younger direction. I think it's time for him to kind of just move on. But it's time to re-sign Hockenson and Swift. And you need that cap space to make those deals, man. So you're gonna have to have that. Looking at where we at on the cap going forward, we need some cap relief. Smart move by Diginomics and my man Brad Holmes. But yeah, Brockers, you know what I'm saying? You DM me, man. I'll straight shoot you my account number around, man. So I'm just playing. Go ahead. What you got, Coach Jones?
I still think that move was made because they want to sign Malcolm Brown. That's what I think is floating around there, man. I think they're still looking at Malcolm Brown, man, who I still think is unsigned. And yeah, because that showed in that game that we need some help in that run. But that NASCAR package is all good. But when you need two dudes down there, 300+ pounders to stop that run and that 1-3 tech, yeah, so I think Michael Brockers' move was to make more cap space for another signing on the D line, man. I truly believe that. So maybe it might be a linebacker. I don't know, but I definitely think that we're gonna add another piece here very soon.
I sure hope so, and I hope that the move might be shipping Michael Brockers on elsewhere. Hopefully that helps us to do that. But of course, if you like this content, go ahead and throw up them thumbs up on this video. Send us some positive vibes with it. If you think that Michael Brockers is overpaid and he needs to go, let us know in the comments as well. Speaking of comments, we're heading right there right now. This is our guy Curt's favorite segment. So go ahead and jump into the comment cards, Curt.
Man, y'all know what it is, man. Comment cards, baby. Batman of the 313. Y'all know who he is, man. He is in our Silver Members Wall of Fame. He said, I think it's great to see our players getting some notice in the PFF grades. That means the league is noticing the Lions finally getting respect. They grade everybody, bruh. But for us to be getting some higher PFF grades, I get you.
Right. Ryan Callahan says, man, what's the point of keeping Hot if we're not going to use them? They have no plans with him and St. Brown and going across the middle. They will be open all game, but the play calling is awful, nor does Dan knows how to coach. Yeah, I agree with you on the whole Hawk point, Ryan Callahan. I agree with you on that at all. I mean, all the way. Thanks for the comment.
Yeah, but dang, he got to the point. DJ says we need the money to be in tight coverage, and we're gonna be all right. Oh. Yeah, man. You know what? I like press man. I do. I think we got the corners to play press man. I want to play press man and send the blitz because I was an aggressive dude like that. But I feel you, man.
Yeah, I feel you. I don't know about the. I don't know about the coaching, nor does Dan know how to coach. Oh, I don't know about that one, but I'm gonna leave that alone, Ryan. Okay, but I do think we need to incorporate Hockenson more into the and Ben Johnson's calling the plays, not Dan. Okay, Lion King. Next comment says no contest. Lions 35, Commander 17. Woo wee, 17 point. He covering the spread by a whole bunch.
I like it. I hope that's what it ended up being. Friend of the show, John Capper says, sick of us drafting high potential injured players like Levi and Pascal in the second round. Those need to be starters in the second round. Comment of the month, just saying. Thanks for the comment. I'm not sure if this is the comment of the month. But yeah, I agree. I don't really necessarily – I didn't know Levi had injury problems, honestly. Maybe I missed that part. I didn't hear that part until now. Now everybody all of a sudden knows that he had back issues out of the draft. I hadn't heard that. If I did, I do not remember it at all. But some of these guys, have potential. And if you don't like us drafting them injured players in the second round, how you feel about us drafting one in the first round this year?
Right. Wow. Yeah, I don't like it.
Mhm.
Mike Bell says, was it Brown that Harris finally tackled after getting dragged about 10 yards deep in our end? I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really remember. You know why? Because I
Oh,
was
I
putting
do.
money miles on Sunday, man. I was yeah, man.
Pick that comment. I picked that comment for you.
Yeah. I
Your
mean,
boy, your boy Will's
hey,
getting dragged like a rag doll.
only thing is we gave up 38 points, so to pinpoint one
31.
guy on one thing,
31.
I don't know, man. We gave up 38 points, man.
Well, the offense
Mm.
gave up 7. So
Yeah,
yeah.
we only gave up 31, but Will Harris on one of them little RPOs right to goal line, his ass is on his back too. So Will Harris might be another one we might need to help create some cap space
He
with. But
he'll probably be gone when Jerry Jacobs get back.
Yeah. Hey
possibly,
man,
possibly.
we'll get Ware Harris out there. Say we'll send him to your grill so you can have your tailgate on Sunday. The comment cards brought to you. Man, we love y'all right here, man. I really appreciate the comment cards, man. That's my favorite segment of the show to hear from you guys, man. So keep it up, man. Keep letting us know what you have to say about the show, man, or comment on the segments or whatever we're talking about on the show, man. We really appreciate it right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors, man. Now here we talk about what everyone calls their favorite segment of the show. It is time for your dessert with your man Curt, brought to you by Delightful Bites, custom cookies and desserts for any occasion. If you like how they look, you'll love how they taste. Delightful Bites, get your cooking on. You can go ahead and follow the link in the description over to her Facebook page to order you some tasty desserts. If you don't do the Facebook thing, you can email her directly at delightfulbites18@gmail.com, or you can go over to TikTok or Instagram and just type in Delightful Bites 18 and see all that beautiful dessert footage. Like I told you, man, Delightful Bites get your cooking on. All right, the Sun God, man, Amon-Ra St. Brown ties a record in the NFL with his 5th straight game of 8 receptions or more and a touchdown. Let's say that again. He had a 5th straight game of 8 receptions with a touchdown. Now he's tied with former old school Bengals receiver TJ Houshmandzadeh, but he's picking up where he left off last year. I know he had a couple drops on Sunday, but 8 receptions for the game and a touchdown. That ain't nothing to sneeze at, man. And to be the second player to do that in 5 straight games, my man, Amon-Ra St. Brown is on his way to being one of the top receivers in the league, man. He was one of the top rookies last year. And he would have been the top one if he didn't get off to a slow start last year. But he's making his way into the top annals of raw receivers in the league, man. So go ahead and do your thing, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Sun God is shining all over the field for the Detroit Lions. And that's your dessert with your man Curt, brought to you by Delightful Bites. Delightful Bites. Get your cooking on. Now it's time to go on to that Wall of Fame, baby. All right, first up, we got my man Joseph Carter in the building. We got the Latino Leo, Brian Stover. We got Sage Roberts and Bob Korowski in our bronze members this week. Today. And then silver members, we got my man Cap Ice Cold, Batman of the 313, Henry Wallace, and Mr. Scotty the Bear, Baguettes, and all that, the Frenchman in our silver members. Now, today is Wednesday. What does that mean? It is Gold Members Meeting Day. Check for the community tab for the link for today's Gold Members meeting. We got Mr. Reliable Michael Hutt that's going to be in the building. You got the Jazzy one, Paul Jarose. Lady Lionel of Deuce Bagia is in the building. Michael Lewis. We got my man North End Ken just in the D. From Utah, it's the Tornado and the Dr. Detroit. He is always in. To become a member of the Wall of Fame, click that join now button in the description. Now it's time for final thoughts for today's show, man. What you got, my man? LL, my man, my mellow. Get on the mic because you eat blue jello.
Send me some blue. Maybe don't send me no blue jello. But yeah, shout out to the gold members. I won't be there today, but shout out to y'all. I miss being in there, kicking it with y'all, and being a crazy person. But happy Wednesday. Usually Dollar Coney Day around here, so find yourself some Dollar Coney.
Yeah. I'd just like to say for this final thought, man, is hopefully we get those rookies together, man, and hopefully Demetrius Taylor is able to make his debut. Hopefully Chase Lucas is able to make his debut and they play impact on this defense. And I think the offense is fine, man. So we just need a few more pieces on that defense, man, to set that defense straight. So hopefully everybody comes in healthy because they were healthy scratches for the game, and get to it, man. Let's get to it, man. Happy Wednesday.
Yeah, man. And don't forget to follow the crew on your favorite social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all those things, man. And tomorrow's Thursday, so that's always a good day to follow my man LL Cool Torrance on a good Thursday. But with all that being said, man, it's week 2 a must win for the Lions. I think it's a tone setter. So I'm gonna say hell yeah, it is, man. So looking at that, it's Wednesday. It's hump day, baby. Man, the grind is getting a little bit harder today because you get into that middle of the week. You probably had about 10 meetings that could have been email or Slack messages, but go ahead and grind through it, man. And if you're feeling overwhelmed at work, man, go ahead, take a deep breath, take a step back, get refocused. If you need help, ask for it, man, because asking for help is a sign of strength and not weakness. As always, this month is mental health awareness month. So go ahead and get your mental check, man. If you need some help, man, get a licensed professional to help you out because you can't do it by yourself, man. Sometimes it takes a little extra help. So go ahead and get your mental checked out and talk to someone who has that special degree in mental health. So go ahead and do that. So I know you had the dollar conies. I got my dollar right here. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you had for lunch today, you had, a fish sandwich or, some tacos or whatever you had for lunch today, man. Get this napkin, man. Get them crumbs off your face, man. Finish your drink and get back to work, baby. And hold on. We will be, myself and Val will be with a Washington Commanders content creator tonight. It will be coming out on social media where you can watch and what time. So check it out for us. Val and I will be doing a collab with some of the Washington Commanders content creators tonight. So check it out. I think it's going to be at 9 p.m. Eastern. So for y'all late night hours, it will be good for you fellas. So with all that being said, man, hey, man, get back to work, man. And whatever you're doing in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my fellas, LL and Coach Mike, this is Curt Steele, and we will holler at you real soon. We love you, Jim.